What can I say? Sometimes it's easier that way. And what can I do?
W Boys of Moon Mesa.
Yep, Code of the West.
The Code of the West.
The main character has a gun that shoots sheriff stars. How can you hate this series? It shoots sheriff badges.
Didn't one of them shoot a bolo?
Yes.
The gun that they shot bolos to entangle?
Because every one of them had a gun that shot something based on their gimmick.
Yeah.
And I remember the big strong guy was one of those silent, peaceful monk bruiser guys.
Yeah. The silent but deadly archetype or whatever.
Yes, whatever.
I just know the Guernsey cow, the black, the white,
yes.
black spot one, was voiced by the same voice actor as Michelangelo from Turtles.
Oh yeah.
Yep. From the original animated Turtles, that is. The heroes in the half shell.
Turtle Power?
Yes.
Okay. Which, man, what a great theme song that is.
It was.
Yeah.
It stuck with people for the longest time.
Plus, it tells you everything you need to know about the show. Splinter taught them to be ninja teens.
Yeah.
Leonardo leads, Donatello does machines,
Raphael's cool but rude.
and Michelangelo's a party dude.
Yeah.
There you go. We introduced all 5 of the main heroes.
God, I miss 80s theme songs that just explain things within the short period of time, so you just get right into the show.
Yeah.
I'm He-Man. I got mysterious powers. You don't have to explain that at all. It's explained in the theme song.
I don't know. I really want to see this show, but in the show that explains the theme song, Ulysses 31. So the theme song explains it. Ulysses killed the Cyclops to save a bunch of children and his son.
Okay.
Zeus got pissed because the Cyclops was his kid, so he sent Ulysses to the edge of the universe to have to, try to find his way back to Earth.
Huh.
So now Ulysses, the Greek legend, is like this, space pirate hero.
Finally came back.
Well, he's in space trying to find his way home. He's got a lightsaber and
He's gotten a lot of distance in this amount of time.
Yeah.
You know, with everything you described, my knowledge of the original myth, it's amazing how bits and pieces of the original myth have been picked and chosen and messed with in order to fit this description.
Yeah.
And change.
Interesting they picked Ulysses for this. I mean, it's like, just put Odysseus on another Odyssey
Yes.
instead.
Yeah,
But, this works.
Somebody wanted to make a space opera about Ulysses, so they're like, yeah,
Or
we'll figure it out.
Perseus or something, yeah.
So they just borrowed the legend of Odysseus' trip home, the Odyssey.
You know, the Ulysses 31 show is basically just that in space.
That's
It's the
one way to get
Odyssey
the
in
heads
space.
hooked on classics.
I just had a weird idea for a show.
The Odyssey in space?
Well, no, but it's very similar to the conversation we've been having.
Uh-huh.
All that came up with, the whole concept that popped in my head was Captain Thor. It's like, the Greek, the Norse god Thor, pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
They did that in piracy.
I know it
You
would make
might get better off with Odin because of the eye patch.
Yeah.
just the Aesiris pirates.
Eh,
But I wanted to do a show that I know would make people mad, where these religious icons, Moses, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, took semi-mortal forms to be a superhero team to fight crime.
wasn't that a South Park thing?
Yes, but I would want to make it not South Park. Just an actual thing where, these prophets from these various religions have decided that they were going to take a more proactive role in helping humanity. And because I give a shit, I wouldn't treat any of them like...
You can't treat any of them with disrespect.
Doesn't matter. You cannot represent Muhammad.
Yeah, I know, and that's why people get pissed off, and I'm sure people get pissed off at my representation of Jesus, and
No, I'm pretty serious about that. You are not allowed to represent Muhammad in any fashion.
I know, but... Except for that episode of South Park that nobody cared about.
Yeah, but...
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's kind of a pick and choose kind of thing.
Yeah, that's just because it was a bit part that it wasn't even mentioned or brought up later. And no one was caring at the time.
That's true.
Now we've had terrorist attacks because of it.
That's true. But anyway,
ISIL is a thing.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, before I get to my personal favorite, anybody else want to have any other ones they can think of?
Nothing that fits the formula.
No. Does anyone have anything else they can think of? Everyone looks at Josh.
I'm drawing a blank right now.
Could we call Kung Fu Panda a late adopter?
It didn't work off the same kind of formula.
That was an original
because Kung
story.
Fu Panda. Well, besides that, Kung Fu Panda worked like Kung Fu films, rather than the formula that they usually do for.
Yeah, Po was clearly the chosen one.
Yeah.
In the first two movies, clearly. I'm not sure about the last one.
Well, the very first one got a lot of Chinese directors in trouble.
Oh.
The government officials contacted them, had them meet in a theater, showed them Kung Fu Panda, and wanted to know why the Americans were doing something from their culture so much better than any of them.
Because the government's repressive?
Yeah, that has a lot to do with it.
Because you won't let us do anything like this?
Yeah.
Because Kung Fu movies are ridiculously more popular in America than they are in China at the moment. Because Kung Fu movies are always popular in America.
Yeah.
Because they're awesome. Anyway, this one, my personal favorite, and I kind of wish I had the theme song because this theme song is just amazing. Do you remember the show about two cats that flew a jet plane?
Of course I remember that show.
Oh.
SWAT
SWAT
Cats
Cats
was amazing.
Yes, it was.
One of the more interesting additions of the Hanna-Barbera lineup.
And it doesn't really follow the Ninja Turtles formula, but I guarantee SWAT Cats wouldn't have been made had Ninja Turtles not been as popular as they were.
It's close enough to its formula. I like SWAT Cats.
Something I've heard you guys mention before. Samurai Pizza Cats?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Once
It
again,
was Japanese, but yeah.
and it would never have gotten imported to America had it not been for the popularity of
This
Ninja Turtles.
is true. And it is entirely possible that it also was inspired off of. We don't know.
Yeah, I know nothing about the original Japanese Samurai Pizza Cats. I only know about the extremely awkward American...
What we know of Samurai Pizza Cats
Is that it's awesome.
the English dub.
And that it is awesome.
Yeah, that's a good enough story. I might have to turn that into an actual review. Because why Samurai Pizza Cats exists, not the original Japanese, but Samurai Pizza Cats, is an interesting story.
Well, like, it's...
Okay, I'll just
yeah, I'll just tell here, because this is what we're talking about. Well, maybe not why it exists. It exists because Ninja Turtles was popular, so
right.
They could... But, like, they were just given...
They were given the...
video.
The video, possibly the base Japanese audio, but they were told to make a show of this. And none of them knew Japanese, or they didn't have the audio.
Didn't have the audio. Whatever.
They just saw what they wrote on saw on screen and wrote a script around it.
Yep.
And what happened was, instead of it being a serious but made for kids cartoon like it was in the original Japanese. Instead, they made a action comedy, and it became magnificent.
Oh, Samurai Pizza Cats is beautiful. Speedy Ceviche, Poly Pepperoni,
Polyester.
Polyester, and Guido Anchovy.
Mm-hmm.
Never saw it, so.
But they were 3 cats running a pizza shop. They also are samurai, and who fought, well, basically a corrupt government.
Led by an evil fox man.
Interesting enough, he's called Big Cheese in Samurai Pizza Cats because they thought he was a rat. So in that version, he is a rat.
But I think he looks like a fox. I think he's
in Japanese. He is supposed to be a kitsune.
Yeah. I like the transformation scenes in Samurai Pizza Cats because when Speedy Ceviche is getting his armor changed, because they wear their armor in the pizza shop. But when he's getting his armor changed, his armor's coming off, and identical armor is being put on. It looks exactly the same as the armor they took off. He has
The only difference is they do get their weapons.
Yes. He's got the Ginsu Katana.
The Ginsu sword.
Because it cuts through anything. It's actually a really cool sword, because it's a katana, but his sheath has a secret hidden katana he pulls out the other side.
It comes out the same sheath. It's kind of fun.
And then Guido Anchovy uses a war umbrella. War umbrella.
But yes,
And Polyester has a flute, and
yes. Well, they all had claws, but yes.
she seemed to be the most...
She used them a lot more, hand to hand. But, yeah, the Big Cheese had his Ninja Crow army.
Who were obviously Tengu.
They're Tengu. Led by the elder, the older one, which in Samurai Pizza Cats was Jerry Atrick.
Yes.
Because, it's a pun for how old he is. Please rise for the Samurai Pizza Cat oath.
Oh, I don't remember the oath.
I don't think I remember all of it.
Oh, another show just popped into my head that I actually saw. Not sure if it fits the mold.
Whatever, bring it up.
Mighty Ducks.
Oh, no, Mighty
The
Ducks.
Mighty-
Definitely
They fit
Mighty
the formula.
Ducks.
Yeah.
And it's
Can't believe I forgot the Mighty Ducks.
You know
what?
Ducks.
You know what? Forget the Pizza Cat's oath. What little I remember of it. We gotta talk about the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
Anthropomorphic alien ducks arrived to Earth to combat space dragons.
Yes. Who was the lead space dragon?
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry was the leader of the space dragons
Yup.
in this animated feature. It
And,
was Disney. And okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and the Mighty Ducks use weaponized hockey.
The reason why they use weaponized hockey is their entire culture. Apparently, this alien culture must have invented hockey before humanity.
Yeah.
Had hockey as its whole basis of social and religious factors. Their entire society is revolved around hockey. So that means their weaponry and inventions are also centered around hockey.
Yeah.
It was stupid on that degree that was
It was stupid,
magnificently
but at least
stupid.
it reveled in its own
I
stupidity.
kind of
Yeah.
like the Mighty Ducks.
I loved it. My thing is, the Mighty Ducks would never have been made if the original movie
Yes.
hadn't been made, which it has absolutely nothing
to do.
to do with.
The success of that and the success of the Ninja Turtles together.
The Mighty Ducks.
Which, yeah, the original Mighty Ducks movie had
No.
movies had absolutely
No,
nothing.
It was about a little league hockey team called the Ducks.
Yeah, it was kind of like the Bad News Bears.
It
meets,
kind
hockey.
of was.
And they shared the team name with the
Anaheim
Anaheim
Mighty
Ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah. The actual hockey team.
Yes.
Well, actually, the actual hockey team came into being because of the movies.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, really? I thought
Yeah.
it was the other way around.
I did too. I don't know anything about sports. They said if I was going to watch a sport, I'd watch boxing, but hockey's up there too. And I just don't know anything about the history of hockey.
It's Canadian.
I'm not a
Yeah.
giant fan of sports. Pretty much the only sport I really like is hockey and soccer.
Yeah, I like hockey and real football too. Real football. Okay, I'll tell you why it's real football. Because you use your feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I completely agree.
American football, you don't use your feet as much.
You
I
pass.
completely agree. It should be called American football. Should be called soccer.
Yeah.
In foot, I don't know the story of why we call footballs.
Why we call our football football?
Mm-hmm.
Josh, you ready to see that subscriber count go down? 122.
Who cares? Not only about sports and football and stuff, but also who cares about the subscriber count? None of them watch it anyway, useless subscribers. I have no threat. That's no threat. They're not going to see this
Yeah,
yet.
exactly. But I would like to talk for a minute about how much other than the amazing theme song to SWAT Cats, the Radical Squadron. Have you ever seen SWAT Cats, Dale?
Thank you for using the full title of the
Yes,
show,
it
by
is
the
the
way.
Radical Squadron.
The Radical Squadron of one plane.
One plane and
I
two
thought it was
pilots.
two. Oh,
No,
but
it's
that's
one
all.
plane. It's a pilot and a gunner.
Okay.
But
No, I have not. A lot of these shows were on when I had to work Saturdays.
Razor and T-Bone.
Razor was voiced by the person who played the original Donatello.
But yeah, the show is just these. Whenever there's a monster, these two cats fly a jet and shoot gimmicked missiles at it. But man, it is just
One episode.
amazing.
One. They had an actual explosive missile.
Yes.
One. And they called attention to it. Because it's like, I think we have to actually break out. It's like what they call it is like the old... It's like the old classic or something like that. I was like, because it was the one time they actually used an explosive missile.
Not like freeze missiles and net missiles. And
They had razor cutting missiles.
they had drill missiles that went underground.
Yeah. It's like, it was fun to see what missiles they would fire, but it's like that one time, they actually had an actual conventional missile. I appreciated that because they made such a big deal out of it.
And their mechanics.
Yes.
That's what they tell them.
That's the whole
They
thing.
have
is
a junkyard.
they work in a junkyard, which actually happens to have... It's a military junkyard.
Yes.
It happens to have a surplus in it, which is how they were able to
build their fighter jet.
planes. Yeah.
One of the things I liked about SWAT Cats was that there was one female main protagonist. And in spite of that, I don't think they ever did an episode where there was a love triangle.
No, they liked her, but they kept things professional between them.
Yeah, I don't remember there being
Deputy Mayor Callie Briggs was never an object.
It's also just kind of interesting that
She ran Mega Cat City because the mayor was useless.
because that's a common theme. Powerpuff Girls. Sorry.
Yeah.
One of the things I liked about it's a world, but like it's not Earth. It's clearly not Earth. It's some parallel world. It's entirely sentient animals, but I think every animal that's sentient is a carnivore. It's like a world where carnivores. I mean, the predominantly cats. There's like a lizard, right? And a hyena.
The lizard, Dr. Viper, was clearly used to be a cat.
Oh, okay. Wasn't there a hyena?
They mentioned a hyena once.
Okay.
Yeah. But other than that, that
It's-
was like the only instance ever I heard of
Because
a non-cat.
the entire world is populated by sentient cats. Because you get like worlds like the just Mickey Mouse universe where there's all these sentient animals, and it's like, okay, what do you eat? Like do you eat a hamburger? Because wouldn't that make Clarabelle feel kind of weird? If you were
Are you
eating...
kidding? She ate one last week.
But then you get to... see, that's my theory about the Mickey Mouse universe. You have the sentient animals, Goofy and Pluto would be the equivalent of a human and a Bobono. They're genetically similar, but clearly different species.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not getting into the argument about evolution, but we share 99% of our genetic traits with Bobonos. Look how different we are.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I feel that universe is.
So, like, Clarabelle could
Clarabelle
eat a cow
yeah.
because she's a sentient cow. It'd be like a human eating a monkey. Humans eat monkeys.
They have base non-sentient animals in DuckTales, so...
Yeah, so... But you kind of have to, because to have a civilization, you have to have beasts of burden. At least to begin.
Yeah.
You don't...
We'll be back.
You don't travel the world without taming a horse.
That's okay, Dale. Take your time. We're rambling now.
Yeah.
You can practically end the video anytime.
Probably.
I actually kind of like recording these rambles.
Yeah.
Yeah, well...
I'm just saying.
Like I said,
We've gotten through the subject matter. This is just bonus stuff.
Yeah. In case we think of anything else. But I kind of use these roundtables in the podcast format, where it's like, we start on topic and then just talk about whatever we want to talk about, and then...
I actually like that.
I do. Apparently no one else does, because none of our videos get views. But then again, nobody likes our Let's Plays either, because they never get views.
I think it's along the lines of, no one actually knows about us. We have never gotten exposure.
Yeah. Well, I got exposure that one time, but now I'm on a watch list.
Yeah. I remember the one time that somehow, miraculously, a lot of people watched my Black Panther review.
Yeah.
And, that one dude just went into a multi-post argument with me about whether or not I was racist for not thinking it was perfect.
No, Josh. You went into a multi-post argument about how you were racist.
Well, since I had an opposing view, it was an argument.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
But, yes. Because how you're racist. Because you really liked the movie, but had one or two small issues with it? Yeah, that makes sense. And
Which movie was that?
Black Panther.
Oh.
And how you told people to watch it because you thought it was good.
Yes, give this movie support. It's not perfect, but what? It's not perfect. You white supremacist.
Oh, dear Lord.
That is almost exactly the sum of the argument Josh had with this guy.
Okay. Yeah, I remember.
If I remember correctly, reading his replies, it seemed like he turned it into a game. He wanted to win.
Yeah. Well, he was like comparing Black Panthers to the name of the black baseball player who got death threats.
Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson. It's like nobody's giving Chadwick Boseman death threats because people like the movie. People liked Michael B. Jordan,
and I liked the movie.
And you know what?
People loved Michael B. Jordan.
Well, yeah,
for good reason.
And you know what?
And he before Black Panther, he did the biopic about Jackie Robinson.
Oh, yeah. And he was also Creed's son in Creed, which I haven't seen.
And it's like,
either one of them.
People seem to forget that we had a wildly popular black superhero movie beforehand.
Blade 2, Blade 3.
Yeah, Blade was incredibly popular.
I love Blade.
Blade 2 is one of the best superhero
It's like,
movies
your
out there.
point is, they weren't breaking new ground with Black Panther.
But it's like, and I'm sure there are people out there who are 7 IQ point racist assholes who hated Michael B. Jordan because he's black.
I am aware of the why wasn't there a White Panther argument.
It was called the 20 Marvel movies before Black Panther.
I know, but just had to reference that one question because that was a clearly racist rant from a racist.
Why wasn't there a White Panther?
Yeah, someone actually made something like that.
Because you're a fuckwit and you should shut the fuck up.
Because optimism doesn't survive in nature?
Yes. Yeah.
Did they know that Marvel has a hero called the White Tiger?
Yeah, but that's a white tiger. That's
and,
not.
and under the mask, he's Hispanic, so.
Okay. Well, the wrestler Black Tiger is Japanese, so. Actually, no. Black tigers are usually foreign, but I'm not sure there's ever been a black tiger.
And the
Most of them are English.
And the
British.
Phantom, who was supposed to be an African ghost, is white. Is a white dude.
Yeah, that might be a little awkward, but.
No, no,
I thought-
his nickname is the Ghost Who Walks because
Which is the best nickname ever.
It's pretty good.
because they, he's friends with an African tribe,
Yeah.
and whenever the old Phantom dies, his son takes him
Yeah.
and buries him and comes back out in the costume.
The point.
They know it's the son.
But the point Josh is making is, from a modern perspective, it's a little awkward to have a white man and they rescuing the black Africa. And it's the Alan Quartermain thing, where it's like, in its time, you gotta encapsulate these when they were made. But looking at it now, Alan Quartermain is very much that awkward white savior trope that people don't like anymore because it is a little racist. I mean, Alan Quartermain was written in, what, the 1700s?
Yeah.
Well, the 1800s.
It was a different time, but looking at it from a modern perspective, you're like, yeah, it's a little uncomfortable.
Well, the
But,
Phantom is an African savior. He fights. He started out fighting piracy.
Right,
and
Africa,
now
but-
he Africa's his base.
Yes.
But he fights evil worldwide.
I know.
I thought part of the reason, aside from the inheritance thing and making it look like everyone is the same Phantom,
Uh-huh.
that he was called the Ghost That Walks is because he was a white guy among them.
That probably is why he's called
That
the Ghost
probably
of War.
had something to do with
You'd
it
have-
in the
you'd
early
have
days
to-
of the character.
You'd have to write. You'd have to talk to the original writers at King Comics, but I don't know.
Is the original writers even still alive?
Probably not.
I mean, the Phantom
Because
is
the
old.
Phantom's been around since the kid. He's been around since the 30s.
Yeah. So
He
I
was,
would-
he was one of the original pulp fiction.
I was gonna guess 20s, but 30s would make sense too.
Because he started out, yeah, he's always basically been a newspaper comic strip,
Yes,
except
yes.
for a few paperback novels I read in high school, and they did the movie back
Yeah.
in the 90s,
And the not so great movie.
and they had a 2-part miniseries on TV, obviously trying for a series.
They had an animated series that took place in the future, and he had a powered suit.
oh god, that was so dumb.
And also, he was. Oh, I think the battery died.